Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Gemini placements. And this is a special edition Gemini reading for the Gemini full moon. So we know exactly what's going on this week and what you need to look out for, what you need to hear, what you need to know. If you follow me on TikTok, which I hope you do, or on Twitter or on Instagram, you know I posted a video, a short little video talking about this week and the Gemini full moon, December 7th to the 8th, depending on whatever time zone you are on, and kind of what to expect in regards to that energy. Sorry, y'all. My volume on my mic keeps getting turned up somehow, and it's a little too loud. But yeah, so we're going to get into your reading. Quick shout out to my Patreon. I'm posting some human design content on there if you are interested in human design this week, and another probably early access reading. And I will be doing an extended reading for Sagittarius and most likely for Scorpio, because Scorpio placements blew that reading out the water. So thank you guys for watching. And shout out to whoever left the comment under my video saying they don't like the way that I shuffle. Quite frankly, I don't care. I don't. I've been doing this shuffling for the last few years. This is the way I love to shuffle. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. Or you can create your own channel and shuffle however you want. Doesn't matter to me. All right, so I let the cards fly out. I don't pluck. It's just what I've always done. So let's jump into a Gemini. You know, the drama, trying to get started. That's really what the video was about, that I talked about drama and people using fighting words. All right, so don't fight nobody this week. Let's see what the blunt truth, Gemini, you need to hear. I did not do a pre-shuffle for you guys. Okay. Oop, whoa. That was 3 cards. Let's get 1. For Gemini, what blunt truth they need to hear. Ask for more, you deserve it. And then you have that stick up your ass must be uncomfortable. Why is there a stick there? Let's see. Oh, clarify that stick. Clarify the stick. It takes 2. Treble up ahead. Some reason you got a chip on your shoulder. I'm not quite sure yet. That's not clicking to me. It says excuses are keeping you stagnant. Ask for more, you deserve it. And then you got new direction needed. Okay. So a lot of you it's kind of giving me like you're upset about something, or some of you are angry or irritated or just like confused or trying to figure out something in your life. But instead of like actually looking for solutions or, you know, doing things to help resolve that issue, you're complaining about it possibly, or you're angry at the circumstances, or could be blaming, you know, whatever it is. We all do it. And so it's saying that excuses are keeping you stagnant for whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Complaining about it is not going to help you. Okay, it's better to just, you know, accept whatever has happened, or accept, you know, the loss or the lesson, however you want to interpret it, and then move forward and figure out what it is that you need to stop making excuses about. All right, so what does Gemini need to stop making excuses about here? You have ask for help. Manifest social media. Timing is right. What does Gemini need to ask for help or stop making excuses about? All right. An air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. You got 2 things here that contradict themselves. You have the timing is right, and then you have not the right time. I feel like there's excuses about timing, or using timing as an excuse as to why you cannot do something or start something. You have inner child trauma. Let's clarify not the right time, and timing is right. Let's see what that's about. All right. So it could be that like some of you are you get stuck in this like back and forth thing where you're like, okay, is this the right time? Is it not the right time? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Indecisive type of energy here, where something I feel like it is the right time, or it's been the right time for a while here, but something keeps on stopping you, or it could be some inner child trauma that stops you where you don't feel like you're good enough, or you don't feel like you have the support or the help. For some of you, you need to learn to ask for more help or ask for guidance in some ways so that you know like which direction you need to go and you have new direction needed. So using your Gemini energy, right? Gemini is a mutable air sign. Air sign is about communication and networking, and can even be about like social media, because you use social media to communicate. But being the mutable energy, Gemini is an air sign that collects data because it's ruled by Mercury, right? So a lot of you are just not getting enough information right now. Could be from other people, which is why it could say that stick up your ass must be uncomfortable. Sometimes you lean from side to side, where sometimes you gather too much information and you don't know what to do because you have just an overload of facts and opinions and you're like, I don't know. And then other times you're like, nah, I could do it all on my own. I don't need any help. I don't need any advice. I don't need anything. And therefore you get stuck there. So it's like trying to find that middle ground from, okay, I'm not going to be so like caught up in my own way where I don't have any advice, or I'm not going to be overstimulated by asking a whole bunch of people for advice and their opinions when I can form my own opinions, right? So yeah, there is something here where there is going to be you needing to either lower some type of defensiveness about what you need, or asking for what you need from people, or really using like social media to your advantage or your network of some kind in order to manifest whatever it is that you are trying to manifest. And then you have past or past life. So some of you in your past, you know, maybe bringing up things from the past as to why you cannot move forward in some way. There's some type of excuse that you're using here for why something cannot be or why something cannot happen. And very similar kind of to what I was telling Taurus. You could have Taurus placements along here with your Gemini placements. But either way it goes, let's see. What's the advice here? What's the advice here for Gemini right now with this energy? What's the advice? What's the advice here for Gemini? I'm feeling this sense of stubbornness. I don't know where this, like this sense of like you just want to do things the way you want to do it. And so it's like, but maybe the way you've been doing it has not been working. So you do need to take a new approach. And it's kind of like, why is it not working the way that I want to do it? Especially like, if you're not into human design, I definitely recommend you get into human design, because it shows you the way you're supposed to use your own energy accordingly. Instead of trying to do things the way everybody else is doing them, do them your own way. And that's kind of what I feel like is a big issue here for you, Gemini, is like looking at the way other people have done things and the way other people have manifested their dreams and their life. And you're like, let me do that. And let's see if I can make it happen myself, instead of doing whatever feels right for you, whatever makes you feel the most excited or at peace or success. You know, you can't look at what everybody else is doing and expect the same thing to happen. That's why I teach and I emphasize human design, because we all have different types. We cannot look at everybody's individual energy and say, okay, they did this, I'm going to do that exact same thing. No, that's not how the formula works. You look at your own energy in your own chart to see where are your strengths, and you play to those strengths. Okay. So any other advice here for Gemini? You have stop searching for external answers. All right. Okay. So that's that. You have forgiveness. Stop searching for external answers. You have water sign. A water sign can be prominent here in your chart or around you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And then you have house or move. And then you have travel. Some of you have been moving a lot, or you traveling a lot, or you need to like travel, or maybe you have to make some type of move somehow, some way. Okay. But yeah, this chip on your shoulder as to why something has not worked out for you or why it didn't work out for you in the past. But it's going to be working out now. It's just a matter of taking a different approach to, could be a similar problem or a new problem, doing it in your own way. Okay. Mutable energy is supposed to, mutable signs, Virgo, Gemini, Sag, and Pisces are supposed to be flexible, which means that if you have a lot of mutable energy in your chart, or you're a mutable sign, a lot of what happens with you is you being able to be a shapeshifter, a chameleon when there's problems that come up. It means that you cannot always approach a problem in the exact same way that you did before. You have to shapeshift with the new energy, the problems, or you're like, this worked for me in the past. Why is this not working anymore? Because you are a shapeshifter and you're meant to try new things. So Gemini, if you are facing a problem today, it is likely that you need to try a different approach that you have never tried before and do something different. Whatever worked for you in the past is not guaranteed to work for you again. You're not in the past. You're at a different point in your life, different stage in your life. And so therefore, getting mad and just being caught up on that and like it's not working anymore, okay, then you can find a new way. It's okay, instead of making excuses for that. All right, so let's see. What's coming towards Gemini right now with this Gemini full moon energy? And, full moons are for releasing. So releasing any type of mental blockages, blockages in your communication. You have the Six of Cups. Something from your past is relevant here. You got the Five of Cups in reverse. Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here for Gemini? What is this heartache or heartbreak in regards to? Why is the Three of Swords here for Gemini? Hold on. Why is the Three of Swords here for Gemini? But yeah, I see some of you reflecting on like your past relationships here as well. And you're like, why does these relationships keep going south or not working out, or this situation is not working out type of thing? Got Libra here, Justice card in reverse. Could be a Libra energy you're dealing with. Let's see. Anything else for what's coming towards Gemini? What's coming towards Gemini for this full moon? You have the Magician card in reverse. Something with your manifestations, or you're like, I feel like I'm not manifesting, or I can't manifest here. So we're probably going to jump into the human design portion real quick to get some insight on that and how you can like basically manifest better for you and your design here. Okay. So let me get one more card from my surrender deck and then I'll break it down for you guys. All right. For some of you, it's a timing issue. It's just simply a timing conflict. Maybe, sometimes you could get impatient and then you do things, or you wait until you no longer have the energy, and, it's like timing is off with you sometimes. So if we're talking about human design here, I'll start with projectors, then I'll do reflectors, then we'll go through. So if you are a Gemini placement that is a projector, a lot of you have developed this sense of bitterness, this sense of resentment for feeling like things just don't happen for you. And as a projector, you usually get really big invitations, or you get big significant things that happen in your life. And there's not always a lot of little things that happen in between. There's just like big events or big shifts for you. And so a lot of you guys develop this sense of like resentment, like why do things happen for everybody else and they don't happen for me? But that's actually very subjective because we only see what people put out. So it's like if people are only showing their accomplishments or their successes, or that's all you're looking at in people, you don't see the other times where they've had to wait or they've struggled or whatever. So looking at your own life, surrendering to divine timing is going to be very important, and knowing that you're on your own timeline, as well as you have your own strategy you need to take. Projectors are meant to do a lot of resting in between invites. You're meant to do a lot of studying, a lot of preparing, and just accumulating that energy. So when it's time, when you get invited to do something or you get recognized in something, you have all your energy, you can commit to it. So a lot of you have not been utilizing this rest period or this period of like, okay, let me start preparing for what I want. Let me make some room for it. Let me do some healing work, instead of like trying to initiate things all the time. And you're like, why doesn't it work? Well, for projectors, it's never going to work because you need an invite to initiate a lot of bigger things in your life, like changing jobs, changing homes, relationships. So you just being patient and you working on yourself and anything else you need to do, that will help you with the excuses portion and saying, oh, I can't get started because I don't have an invite. Well, you can do some things in the meantime. You can prepare somehow in your own energy and just get ready. All right. If you are a reflector in human design, the same thing applies to you with surrender to divine timing, because reflectors need a lot of time to come to a conclusion. Your authority is to wait a lunar cycle because you are in sync with the moon. You need to always wait until you have a full month of clarity. And a lot of you guys sometimes probably get stuck in like, oh, I need more time to think, and I don't know if this is the right time. But after about a month of, you going through and sorting through different things, you'll know what you want to do. So try not to like procrastinate from that point forward and be like, okay, I am ready now, or like I'm ready enough, or I know what I want to do, but I'm just using an excuse to keep me stagnant, even though I'm sure of what I want. I've already taken more than enough time. So look at where you're making excuses for yourself and your environment, and you're like, oh, I need to do this, or I'm going to use this month where I'm focusing on clarity to start to prepare and start to get ready for this next chapter of my life. All right. So, okay, projector. Yeah, if you are a generator Gemini, a lot of you guys also probably try to initiate things without anything to respond to, and you get frustrated and you're like, why is it not working out for me? Well, doing things differently by just waiting to respond, waiting for something to cue you in, a sign, a symbol, something you hear, a quote, a conversation, something will come where you're like, okay, now it's time for me to act. Now it's time for me to move forward. All right. Or doing things in the meantime while you wait on something to respond to. Or you could be a generator who you wait too long. Like you already have several things that you can respond to, several things that you're like, okay, this is my time. It's time to do this. And you miss the mark. You're like, you overthink, you procrastinate, and you're like, well, never mind. So it can go either way for generators. And then manifesting generators, same, that first thing still applies to you too, but also with the manifester aspect of you needing to be more direct, you needing to speak up more about things that you want, ask for more, you deserve it. Use your manifester energy, use your voice to tell people, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want. And if it's not that, then I don't want it. And like really being driven by whatever excites you and what feels the best. Okay. Making sure you're really, really excited for generator energy. And then manifester, you cannot just be passive and sit back and wait forever for something to happen. Gemini manifest. So if you're somebody that usually takes a more passive approach to decisions or to life or whatever it is you want to do, this full moon is really teaching you how to release that energy and be more assertive, be more proactive, lean more into your dominant masculine energy of starting and just doing and not thinking too much about it. You need to do things differently. So projectors, if you tend to always want to be in your masculine energy and you want to start things and initiate things, do something different by being more patient and focusing on rest and focusing on things you enjoy and building up your skill set in the meantime before trying to just rush and just do whatever, right? Wait for that invite, wait for that recognition. Generators, wait until something really, really excites you before you're just like, okay, I'm going to start that. I'm going to try that. I'm going to do that. Like, wait, just be patient. The timing will align. Or generators, don't take too much time. If you already know something excites you, but you just chicken out, get more spontaneous. If you have sacral authority, if you have emotional authority, you need to be waiting more. If you have sacral authority, you need to be more spontaneous, right? And then for manifestors, if you're the Gemini manifestor that tends to just be in the shadows and like, oh, I'm waiting for life to show me the way. You create the way. You are meant to leave a big impact and push through and show the way. And reflectors, you taking some more time and waiting for that full cycle of clarity for a lot of you. Or kind of similar to what I said for generators, you guys not procrastinating too much where you're like, oh, I just need more time. I need more time. I need more time. And you are not doing anything with that time. Like you're not actually looking for clarity, or you're filling that time with other things where you could be focusing on whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, right? You can take your time, but eventually that can become an excuse for us as well. So that's what we have for you, Geminis, for the full moon, what you're releasing and essentially attracting, doing things something different and doing it in your own way, not looking at what everybody else is doing and how they manifest their dreams and what they've done and what worked for you in the past. It doesn't work anymore. You are supposed to be flexible. You're supposed to be versatile. You're supposed to be fluid. Okay. And I've had a message like this for you in the past. It was probably like months ago. It's over 6 months ago. But literally, you try to be like anybody else, it's not going to work for you. Do things in your own way and figure out a way that works for you. And it doesn't mean anything like that. What works for you will not work for somebody else and vice versa, because we all have different charts, different strengths, weaknesses. So do what works for you. Okay. Thank you, Gemini, for watching. And if this reading resonated for you, please let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so this channel can thrive. I am at Tarot by Bronx. Happy full moon on everything.